Hello and welcome to this week's Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of July 11th, 2019. I'm Christina Rees.
And I'm Brandon Zech.
And we are counting down the top 5 art events in Texas this week. All right, let's just jump into number 5. This isn't something we normally do, but basically, instead of recommending it as a top 5 thing in Texas, what I would like to do, because we ran a review of this week, it's Jonas Wood at the Dallas Museum of Art. It's a retrospective. It ends this weekend. Jonas Wood is a painter based out of Southern California. He's 42 years old. I believe this is his first mid-career retrospective in a major museum. We just ran a review written by Joseph Wolin, who's a New York-based writer and curator who comes to Texas fairly frequently, and he contributes to Glasstire every once in a while. I think he nailed it in this review.
Me too.
What we're asking readers to do, I suppose, if you're in and around Dallas, is go see the show and decide for yourself.
Just as one note also, I think when we started doing the top 5, it wasn't always necessarily the best shows in Texas. It was the shows that people are talking about, and this has been a show that people have been talking about. So, and hopefully our review published by Joseph Wolin is continuing that conversation.
It seems to be. If we're just looking at traffic over the last couple of days, it certainly seems to be. Number 4 on our list this week is at the McNay Art Museum in San Antonio. It's called We're Still Here, Native American Artists Then and Now. It's on view until August 11th. This is works from the McNay's Works on Paper collection. It's 70 drawings by members of the Kiowa tribe in Oklahoma. Some of the drawings date back to the 1880s. The most famous Kiowa artist, his name is Silverhorn, and there are drawings by Silverhorn in this show. I've only seen images, but I gotta say that the images made me wake up. I think despite their simplicity, they're incredibly packed with a kind of presence and certainly an emotion. You've seen the show.
Yeah, so this exhibition is on view in the McNay's kind of subterranean works on paper room, which is just a kind of a small rectangular room that always does stunning exhibitions. So in addition to these works by the Kiowa artist and by Silverhorn, the show includes 2 contemporary San Antonio artists also. There's Joe Harjo and Ed Saavedra, and their work also looks at contemporary Native American issues in the U.S. So both of these artists' works are in conversation with the older works. It's kind of nice that the McNay is A, including local talent, and B, kind of bringing this conversation all around. Number 3 this week is a project that has been years in the making. It's a project at Art League Houston called 360 Degrees Vanishing by Selven O'Keefe Jarmon. So this project, it's an exterior installation kind of covering Art League's building. There's this specialized structure and then this really beautiful quilt of beads. So it was inspired by the artist's time in South Africa, where beading was a craft that was kind of fading out of contemporary popularity. So he's bringing this back. There have been beading workshops over the past couple years at Rice University, at Art League, at Project Row Houses, and this is finally the realization of this. It looks beautiful at night, it looks stunning during the day, and it is up, as far as I know right now, in perpetuity. Yeah, and also there is an artist talk today, Thursday, at 6:30 at Art League Houston. So go find out about it if you somehow haven't heard about it by now.
So number 2 on our list this week is at the Web Gallery in Waxahachie. It is called Paint It Black. It is a 3-person show. Ike Morgan, Ricky Bearghost, and Taylor Rushing. We just ran a review of the show by William Saradat of Glasstire. He went down to see the show, and when I was editing this piece and putting up the images, I kind of gasped when I saw the work by Ricky Bearghost, who I had not heard of before. He's an Oregon-based artist. These are kind of these beaded compositions, beaded and pieced together. They've got this kind of essential sort of chewy, joyous appeal to them, and they're very satisfying. I want to see them in person now very, very badly. I don't tend to want too much to get into an artist's biography to justify work or anything like that. That's not my style, but in his case, it's interesting because from age 6 to his mid-20s, he was in the Fairview Training Center, which is one of the United States' most historical, notorious mental institutions. They were extremely abusive, criminally so. When he got out of that in his early to mid-20s, he is when he started to make art at the Portland Art and Learning Studio. And I think that these works look very joyous, and I hope that they bring him joy. He is a survivor, and now I really want to see the show. That is up through July 21st, so you don't have too much more time to see it.
And number one this week is a show at Art Pace in San Antonio. It's works by Daniel Rios Rodriguez, and the show is called Bruisers. It's a good title for this show.
Yeah,
it's
good.
Punchy, no pun intended. This exhibition is up through mid-August, August 18th. And I saw this show when I was in San Antonio recently, and it is amazing. If you are unfamiliar with Daniel Rios Rodriguez, he's based in San Antonio. He shown across the world, across the U.S. I think this is his first solo show in San Antonio, however. These paintings, a lot of them are really small scale. I love that he pays attention to the framing of them. It adds so much character to all of the pieces. He's kind of taking modernism and turning it on its head in a really interesting way and incorporating ceramic vessels and using them as canvases and overpainting like those Mexican sun sculptures that you see on the wall. There's a lot of snake imagery in this show. If my description isn't telling you this already, it is an amazing show, and if you are anywhere near San Antonio, you definitely need to make sure and see it before the end of the summer.